Grid then are 11 Tuk-Tuks, one per team. And little did Marco Bezzecchi know it when he took pole position yesterday morning for the Aprilia racing team. But as you can see there on your screens, the team's best qualifying result yesterday sets the grid for this Tuk-Tuk challenge. So what we have is Aprilia with Bezzecchi and Martin on pole position, ahead of Marquez and Bagnaia for the factory Ducati team. Then it's Fernandez and Agura. You can see the Trackhouse Tuk-Tuk on the left of your screens. They're third, ahead of Didier and Morbidelli for VR46. Acosta and Binder will line up fifth for Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. Alex Marquez and Michele Pirro will be sixth for Grassini, ahead of Mir and Marini for Honda HRC Castrol. LCR will be eighth with Zarco and Moreira. We then have Quartararo and Rins for the Yamaha Factory team. Vinales and Bastianini for Tech 3, and bringing up the rear will be Miller and Toprak, my dark horses in the Pramac Tuk-Tuk.
I'm not sure how to start this. I mean, what do I do? Like, is it lights out and we're racing in the Tuk-Tuk challenge here in Burma? I guess that's the way we have to. You know, it's part of the Grand Prix programme this weekend.
Last I checked, there are no World Championship points up for grabs.
You know what? This is serious stuff. This is serious business. We know these guys are all born winners. Fans are certainly enjoying the build-up to this Grand Prix day here in Thailand. Those fans there getting some welcome break in the main grandstand shade. It's absolutely baking hot down on pit lane at the moment. We're expecting ambient temperatures around 3 p.m. local time for the start of the 26-lap MotoGP battle to be around 36 degrees, which is the hottest conditions of the weekend so far. Certainly a little bit hot for an old Brit like myself, who's come from a very bleak and cold UK winter to something rather hotter and more humid in this part of Southeast Asia, as the local course announcer gets the local fans whipped up and ready for something rather different. Don't worry, this is not the future of MotoGP. This is nothing to do. This is nothing to do with the new 850cc. Yeah, these aren't the new 850cc capacity MotoGP bikes that we're going to be racing next year. Although that might be quite fun, to be honest.
Yeah, you never know.
What do we reckon? Who do we think, Lewis? Well, I mean, we haven't really got a form book to look at when we're talking about Tuk-Tuks, but I don't know. I agree with you. I mean, I think this is kind of tailor-made for a Miller or Razgatlioglu show.
Yeah, they're going to be going gangbusters in this sprint. Perhaps their best opportunity to fight for a win this year, based on how the season has got underway. Because, of course, we've got quite a lot of keen cyclists, haven't we, on this MotoGP grid. The Marquez brothers, for instance, we often see them cycling on the Thursdays before Grand Prix weekends. So perhaps each of those will be quite keen to get the whole show. Marc Marquez, of course, we know, whether he's playing cards, whether he's a MotoGP, whether he's playing tiddlywinks, rock, paper, scissors, he always wants to win. So with plenty of World Championships with an engine underneath them in MotoGP, are Marc Marquez and Pecco Bagnaia going to take this the most seriously?
Yeah, a bit of something different, a bit of fun to start the 2026 MotoGP World Championship campaign. Of course, Pedro Acosta, he'll be brimming with confidence after opening his account in 2026 with that sensational last gasp victory in yesterday's 13-lap sprint. We go double the distance and hopefully double the drama, which will be a big ask after what we saw yesterday in our opening sprint. Incredible way to come back from the long winter break. Certainly it felt like it was worth the long wait with everything that unfolded in front of our eyes. Capacity crowd we're expecting here today as well in Buriram.
One wonders whether Ralph Fernandez is going to be joining his teammate Agura in this Tuk-Tuk challenge, given that we saw him in a little bit of discomfort and pain at the end of the warm-up session. Fabio Quartararo, who also had his adventures during the warm-up session, little wry smile on his face as he gets ready to join forces with Alex Rins to try and uphold Yamaha honour, and boy do they need a pick-me-up.
They really do. They really do. I mean, winning the Tuk-Tuk challenge might be the only thing Yamaha might be capable of winning this year without knocking them too much when they're down. But yeah, difficult times at the moment. I believe Jack might have a little bit of an update on Ralph Fernandez, who, despite topping this morning's warm-up session, was in some clear discomfort with his left shoulder. Jack, I know you're super excited to get going for the inaugural Tuk-Tuk challenge, but what's happened with Ralph Fernandez as well?
Well, I don't like to be an ambulance chaser, but I am just hovering around the Trackhouse one, just in case there's a bit of an opening. I've had a word with Davide Brivio and said, look, if Raul wants to sit it out, I have got the credentials here to maybe step in and partner up with Ayagura. But in all seriousness, Ralph Fernandez, we didn't actually see what happened with him. Davide was just explaining to me, he was in a draft of about 3-4 riders, and as a result, came into the final corner slightly faster than I expected, had a big moment on the front end, and as we so often see, as he saved it and it snapped back up straight, it just jarred his right shoulder. Now initially, just to try squeeze an update in before we went off air for warm-up, he said medical centre. He's since clarified that that is the health centre, the MotoGP physios. He's gone there for potentially a bit of a scan, a bit of a massage to get it strapped up potentially. I don't think that there are any huge concerns right now that he won't be able to participate in the Grand Prix later today, but certainly caused some real discomfort, so fingers crossed it isn't too serious that he's going to be a bit of an issue going into the Grand Prix later today. I'll find out. If we do see him, then I'll obviously grab a word and just check how he is, and if not, then I'll be sure to bring you an update ahead of the Grand Prix later today.
Excellent work, Jack. Loving your work as always. I know how hard you work to get rider issues on the grid ahead of the high-pressure MotoGP races. We'd love to get some thoughts for some of these guys, maybe about their first ever Tuk-Tuk racing experience as well. I know Jack's going to be right on the scene. Well, we know, we've just seen it says on the Tuk-Tuk's taxi. We've already seen Miller Taxi Services back in full working order in warm this morning to help Diogo Moreira back to pit lane. How's he fancy his chances, Jack?
Yeah, he was just getting a little thank you from Diogo Moreira then. It seems as though the taxi service is expanding. Your first employee in Toprak.
Nah, I think he's more like Uber. I'm the taxi driver. He stole the fare off me, the bugger.
Breaking news as well, Jack. I'm just being told that they're going to offer 5 World Championship points to the winner of this.
Yeah, right. Nah, I reckon I've got a good teammate for this one, so we should be right. We'll get the sidecar swinging going. Let's see what we can do. This could end in tears.
Yeah, we're thinking the same. We're looking at the form book, and we have to say we thought that this is right up the streets of Jack Miller and Toprak Razgatlioglu.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like I've got a pretty loose teammate in Toprak, so we should be right for this one.
Get it sideways, Jack.
Yeah, we'll try.
Brilliant, Jack Appleyard with Jack Miller. Those two are real proper entertainers, aren't they? Jack Miller and Toprak Razgatlioglu. Yeah, watch for a Tuk-Tuk going sideways and maybe on well, let's hope not on its route. But as Jack said, he took the words out of our mouths. This could end in tears.
Yeah, I'm fully expecting a few jump starts here in this to with the threat for double long lap penalties removed in this Tuk-Tuk challenge, then I think we're going to see some bending of the rules in this, but it's all for good fun as Pedro Acosta and Brad Binder, who didn't exactly execute the best team tactics in the warm-up session around about 20 minutes ago when Acosta dive-bombed Binder into the final corner. This time they very much are on the same page.
Miller having a chat there with rider safety delegate Loris Caparossi, probably just asking, well, what are the rules? What are the barriers? What do we have to do to make sure we bring this Tuk-Tuk home safe? Maverick Vinales. Well, it was the comfortable ride on the RC16 KTM yesterday in that sprint, 19th at the checker flag for Top Gun. He was wide a couple of times on the opening lap, but he was 21 seconds further back. Fabio De Giannantonio's had great podium pace all weekend. Has he got podium pace on a Tuk-Tuk? We'll find out because he's with Jack.
Fabio, what are the tactics for this then? Talk us through it.
I think it's a great opportunity to get revenges from something that happened just yesterday. But no, part of this, I think the key will be the slipstream. With the high speed of the Tuk-Tuk, will be super important, the slipstream. 300 km/h. We will feel it.
These things, I've been told, get up to 80 kilometers an hour, so you're going to be moving at least. Have you driven one before?
No, never. I don't know if it's more crazy or dangerous.
Bit of both, I think.
But I encourage it. I love it. Really have fun.
Who's the favourite, do you think? We're trying to work out who are the teams to watch.
I think Marini has done a great job developing it. So Maro could be a strong one. Then for sure the pace of Betts with the Tuk-Tuk in the training in his zone, and Tavoglia, Pesaro, so for sure these are the favorites.
I'm surprised knowing Gigi, he hasn't managed overnight to add some wings to it to try and improve the performance.
But for sure we have the right advice, so you'll see something crazy.
Frankie straight into the back, so looks like you're first up. Good luck.
Okay. Oh my God, thank you. I need it.
he sounds under more stress. Thanks very much, Jack. Thanks to Fabio. He sounds under more stress about leading the way, being the first Tuk-Tuk rider for VR46. This Tuk-Tuk challenge will start on the grid with grid positions. Let's just have a listen, shall we? Live audio.
Race, No, on this lap, no, the second lap.
The second lap. Endurance, like a Le Mans start. You want to start first or you want me to start first?
I think better to start.
Okay.
Okay. But I need to check also the gear.
It's very tight, huh? Feel it.
It feels like it's
Talking tactics and talking setup there, weren't they both? Toprak Razgatlioglu and Jack Miller. The first lap you're going to see here on the Tuk-Tuks is going to be a warm-up lap, followed by a one-lap challenge. The riders are enjoying his chance to relax pre-Grand Prix here.
Zarco executing his experienced rider card and saying, up to you, rookie, you can start this one.
So the riders must swap driver position on both the warm lap and the challenge lap between turns 4 and 5. So whoever's leading or whoever's in the cockpit first jumps out at turn 4 and 5, and the rider in the back jumps in and takes over.
We're going full flag to flag.
So we're going full flag to flag. Well, bike and rider swap, I guess, here. And then after the challenge, they're all going to stop at the first corner and make their way to the nearby Hero Walk. So some instructions here for, well, 2 riders who won 9 MotoGP World Championships between them. Jack Miller already going to full revs. Let's get some thoughts. I'm sure this is a very new experience as well for Ayagura, who's down the grid with Jack.
Aye, that's Fabio and Jack at the back start to make some noise. Looks as though it's just going to be you. Do you need a teammate? Can I help you out?
Sorry. It's too noisy here.
I said, it's just you, so do you need a teammate? Can I jump in the back?
You can join me.
Yeah.
I'm welcome.
Yeah, well, there's room in the back.
Join me, please.
Okay, well, for the weight, it might be important. Are you fast? Are you confident?
No.
Well, let's see. Maybe I
I go
can.
slow. I want to make a race today, so let everybody go and just follow them.
Well, maybe it might be a calm ride for me in the back. Good luck.
Thank you.
We might have our insider there. We might join him live on board during the race.
Yeah, jump in, Jack. He can show you some lines going through turn 3 where he breaks into turn 4. Big smile from Ayagura. He's just making sure that he's working out the throttle connection, just where the power delivery is going to come in. Looks like Pecco Bagnaia is going to lead the charge for the factory Ducati team. Marc Marquez just talking to the fans here. Not very often I think Marc Marquez is happy to be a pillion, is he, at any stage? Let's go down to Jack.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, guys, you would love the contrasting faces between the riders sat in the Tuk-Tuks, who are grinning from ear to ear, and the team managers just on pit wall who are thinking, why on earth did we sign up to this? There are some worried faces on pit wall.
Thanks very much, Jack. Well, here we go then. This is the start of the warm-up lap. As Pecco Bagnaia, Marc Marquez just making sure that water bottles aren't falling out, looking pretty chill and relaxed as now they start revving it. Full charge then now on the brakes. We go into the first corner. Here comes Pedro Acosta and Brad Binder starting to find their way through. Bit of a delayed start for Prima Yamaha. You knew this was going to happen. You just knew these two were going to go. We said it before. Oh, dear. We knew this was coming. Did you hear? Hopefully you did hear the massive roar, the massive burst of giggles from the main grandstand. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, dearie me.
We can't take these guys anywhere, can we?
Do you know what? We had an amazing sprint yesterday. That all put smiles on our faces. This is making us chuckle ourselves silly here in the commentary box.
Yeah, bit of tyre warming going on there at VR46. I think it's Fabio Di Gianantonio in the back and Frankie Morbidelli up front. We know Frankie's not too shy getting his elbows out.
Well, did say it's going to be all about the slipstream, didn't he? This, of course, is just the warm-up lap. A bit of a giddy up there, jockey style from Jack Miller. There goes Jack, yeah. Top right, look. I mean, even Tuk-Tuk can't stop this thing, can he?
Well, he'll give it a good go, don't worry about that. The Aussie fans absolutely loving it as we go side by side on the way down to 30. This is just the warm-up lap. Just imagine what happens when they're racing for real.
Talk about a way to ease a bit of stress and tension before the first Grand Prix of 2026. I think Jack said, drop it down again, mate. Let's try and hook it up outside this turn 3. We're coming up then to turns 4 and 5. In between turns 4 and 5 is where we have to have a rider change. BMW safety car leading way. We might need the safety car actually at some point in this session. Here comes Pecco Bagnaia, factory Ducati effort, 9 World Championships, 9 MotoGP World Championships together on that particular Tuk-Tuk. Is that the factory Honda squad making a bit of a move on the brakes on the inside going into turn 4? I think it is.
Yeah, that's Juan Mir, I think, who's in the front with Luca Marini in the back. Mark's trying to shoot some water at them. We're using Mario Kart tactics here to try and keep the rest behind. Mark's trying to moisten the tarmac in front of LCR Honda, who are there over to the left as we look.
We need a Lacrimodesian flag in turn 4 now. Do you know what? Pecco's really toughing it out, wasn't he? With the LCR Honda on the outside. Just gone full sidecar now.
What's the maximum lean angle you can carry in a Tuk-Tuk, I wonder?
Oh, dearie me. Toprak Razgatlioglu and Jack Miller. Can you imagine being part of Prima Pramac Yamaha this season? I mean, the social media content just delivers itself. Here we go then. This is going to be the little sort of flag-to-flag practice Tuk-Tuk squat. Getting a bit of advice, getting a bit of guidance here. Top back to Jack. We're going to get another wheelie, of course. We're going to get another wheelie.
Are we wheelie over?
Yeah,
They've got their priorities straight down at Pramac.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, we might be struggling in MotoGP right now. We're going to have a lot of fun. Well, he started on 2 wheels as a stunt rider, didn't he, Toprak taking him on it. He's going, come on, gas it, mate.
Does that look like a rider nervous about his MotoGP debut later on today?
Oh, dearie me. Paolo Campanotti and Gino Borsoi are having kittens right now, aren't they, in pit lane? Look at Pedro Acosta. He looks to his right and sees the Pramac Yamaha boys just having the time of their lives, aren't they, those two? Time of their lives. I'm not sure when we thought Toprak Razgatlioglu was going to make his much higher move over to MotoGP. He was going to be in a Tuk-Tuk challenge in his first round, but brilliant.
Yeah, Mark's giving it plenty here. On board with the Ducati Lenovo team. Mark's going to want to win this. He's going to win anything he takes part in, as Toprak's just too busy loving life at the moment to worry about any kind of result. Got
to say, Mark was as good through the left-handers on a Tuk-Tuk as what he is through left-handers on a MotoGP bike. Oh, the Pramac Yamaha boys are under pressure here. Fabio De Gianantonio now at the reins of the VR46 Tuk-Tuk. That's exceeding track limits for Jack Miller and Toprak Razgatlioglu.
Hey! You can carry lean angle in a Tuk-Tuk, it turns out.
Well, they are back on 2 wheels. Oh dear.
Watch this. Nothing happens good when you say watch this.
Gino Borsoi. We needed a heart rate monitor on Gino Borsoi for this. Jack Miller, Toprak Razgatlioglu, you pair of absolute superstars. We love you. The Thai fans here are having a blast in Buriram. They are loving this. Oh, dearie me.
Challenge hasn't even technically started yet. Of course, the warm-up lap has just been taken apart. What are they going to do when the green flag drops and they're actually going for 1 lap? This Tuk-Tuk challenge still to go. Toprak now, as they got the inside of, I think that's Ducati there in the background. Some novel approaches to track limits as Jack just straight lines turn 11 altogether.
Jack's on the rev limiter, going down to turn 12. He's not going to be quite close enough to sling it on the inside of Marc Marquez like Pedro Acosta did so many times yesterday.
Right, safety car set to pull in.
Bit of a lack of stability there on the factory Yamaha in the braking going into turn 12. Not bad at all, that from Luca Marini. Finally hits the apex eventually, finally got there. Now then, I think it's fair to say that was organised chaos, and now we've got the actual 1-lap race.
Yeah, are they going to bother pulling them into their grip positions here, or are we just going to have a rolling start? Let's see what happens there as we're right on board with Jack Miller and Toprak. Yeah, they are going to pull up into their grip positions. Stand by, everybody. This could be chaos.
Oh, dearie me. I've done a lot of things. I've had the privilege of doing some great things in my 30 years in the MotoGP paddock, and this is right up there. Yeah, there don't be any jump start or grip penalties coming. Toprak and Jack have gone way too far. Pecco Bagnaia has probably seen enough. He's like, I don't trust Mark. I need a seatbelt here.
Why you
in there.
Oh, you have another one?
It's corner 5, in the corner 5.
Ah, top, you got it.
Thank you, man.
Maybe you need to put it backwards.
Guys, they're asking me to tell you to calm it down, all right?
Jack, we will do now again good wheelie.
Okay. Just go for it, just don't crash it.
All right.
So you know you've got to stop again as well?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Just don't crash this.
Yeah, I think good luck to those two to calm it down. I think that's probably a message. Probably a message from from Gino Borsoy more than anybody. Oh, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it? And we've still got the challenge lap. Well, those two are the king of MotoGP stoppies. They're the king of stand-up wheelies, and they can do the business in a tuk-tuk as well. I've seen it all. Just when you thought you'd seen it all. Okay then, here we go then. We're all set to go here in Buildup. Race day number 1. Luca Marini's going to give a little bit of it. Is it Jamir? It's lights out. We're racing in the Tuk-Tuk Challenge here in Buildup. It's a great start by Pedro Acosta on the factory KTM. Your sprint winner yesterday leads away. Good start as well by the LCR Honda duo, Joan Zarco and Diogo Moreira. In fact, it looks like Moreira might have the whole shot going down in this first corner. A little bit of assistance, but a sidecar tactics being employed here by Joan Zarco. LCR lead.
And a nightmare for Aprilia, as if it wasn't bad enough crashing out of the front of a sprint yesterday, as we go way off the track for the Honda duo. That's Joan Mir in the driver's seat and Luca Marini acting as passenger in the back, but the two Aprilia teams are right down the back.
Here comes Toprak Razgatlioglu, slightly slower than the 200 odd miles now. The MotoGP riders blast down this turn 2 kink. Now they're going hard on the brakes to turn 3. Really good overtaking opportunity. This is on the brakes down at the 3rd corner. Mark got a bit of work to do here. I think Marc Marquez, when he does the changeover to Pecco Bagnaia, it's still the LCR Honda in the hands of rookie Diogo Moreira that leads away. He's got, what, about 6 or 7 tuk-tuk lengths back to 2nd place.
Well, we know Diogo Moreira is quite a versatile athlete. We know he's very good on a super enduro bike. Clearly, he's quite handy on a tuk-tuk as well, as he runs wide in turn 3. That could open the door for Pramac.
That could really open the door. You can hear now Jacko around the outside of the factory KTM duo go Jack Miller.
You love this. We've actually got live timing in our commentary box, so we can actually give you the update. It is Zarco Moreira leading by a second from the KTM duo, who've now lost second to Pramac.
Moreira sticking a wheel on the grass there as well, as he tries to cut to a tight defensive line on this long run down to turn 4. Pramac Yamaha, Toprak trying to pick up some slipstream here, accelerating now just over this blind crest on the brakes into the 4th corner.
Of course, we're coming up to the rider swap zone here. This is turn 4 that we're coming up to here. Pramac into the lead, and it's Jack Miller who's about to take over from Toprak.
Oh, Toprak there, showing his tuk-tuk talent there. They're going to lead on the changeover, aren't they? Pramac, Yamaha, then your leaders.
All thoughts of wheelies, I think, might now disappear. Yeah, they've realised this is now competitive. We're now leading. We've got a chance to win this one. Off we go.
Toprak's not taking this seriously at all. You can hear him. He jumped out of the driver's seat and just shouted, "Jack, go, 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 go!" No, there's no serious competition element to this at all.
Not at all. Well, Toprak is a 3-time World Superbike champion, of course. Jack Miller, a MotoGP Grand Prix winner. Of course, the rider in the back can also act as a spotter for the rider in the front as they now swap over. Pecco takes over from Marc and almost sends Marc out of the seat there down at Ducati.
Yeah, we've seen Marc Marquez out of the seat a few times in his career on a Honda and a Ducati. This is a new one. Marc Marquez out of the seat on a tuk-tuk as Pecco Bagnaia starts going. Unfortunately, it looks like, well, they're at the back, aren't they? Very close.
They've only got Aprilia behind them.
Struggling. Factory Aprilia so dominant all weekend with Marco Bezzecchi on pole position, but this now surely is in the hands. It's Toprak and Miller's to lose here. Well, they've got a massive lead here, haven't they, in this final couple of sectors. Red Bull KTM Factory Racing have struck back into 2nd place.
Tech 3 in 2nd place. That's Bastianini and Vinales, who we completely wrote off. Well, 2 rather timid fellows, but they're clearly getting stuck in with 2 corners now to go.
A bit of work to top of your pitch there. You can see the onboard from Pramac Yamaha. Joan Zarco trying to secure 2nd place here, but this has been absolutely superb, hasn't it? What a performance.
Yellow flags
right in sector 1. But it's going to be Pramac Yamaha They might not be winning too much in MotoGP in 2026, unfortunately, because they are two amazing characters, two fans that put bums on seats, aren't they? Jack Miller and Toprak Razgatlioglu. But with one corner remaining, it's all super neat and tidy. Beautiful run through the inside curve there. A bit of super styling as well. Stunt show on the exit. But it is Pramac Yamaha, Jack Miller and Toprak Razgatlioglu that win the Thai Tuk-Tuk Challenge in 2026. The podium places go to Red Bull KTM Tech 3. Great job by Enea Bastianini and Maverick Vinales. Coming over the line, an excellent third place is Elsion. They were the early leaders. They made the early running down into the first corner. Lightning start by Diogo Moreira. Zarco and Moreira then pick up third place. What about the battle for the minor positions?
Mira Marini for the Honda team. They've come through in fourth. Acosta and Binder fifth for Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. Quartararo and Wins have taken sixth for Yamaha. This was the battle for seventh. BR46 just taking it from the Trackhouse team. And this at the back is the battle for the stragglers at the back of the field. It's Bagnaia for Ducati up against, I think, Martini, who's now in the driver's seat for Aprilia.
I'll tell you what, that was not even close. 3.5 seconds was the lead that Miller and Razgatlioglu held over the line. A little bit of a confidence boost there going to this afternoon's Grand Prix for Bastianini and Vinales after their sprint struggles yesterday. 17th and 19th. Aprilia are coming into pit lane, aren't they? Where are they on earth? And Bez and bit of corner cutting here. This is brilliant. Marco Bezzecchi and Jorge Martin trying to beat the factory Ducatis. It looks like Aprilia have caught it. Oh, super.
Did not see anything wrong with that manoeuvre.
Dearie me. Marco Bezzecchi and Jorge Martin pinch it at the death.
Drop one position, Jorge. Drop one position for that.
Oh, dear. The most important aspect of that was clearly the riders had a load of fun. They really, really did enjoy that. Well done to everybody connected here in Thailand to something a little bit different, something a little bit unique, something a little bit fun. And I thoroughly enjoyed that. I hope you did watching at home as well. It's a serious business racing motorcycles at 220 mile an hour. But that was showing that these guys ultimately are just they're normal human beings who possess a particular talent for racing motorcycles, better than anybody else on planet Earth. Oh, Pecco Bagnaia's not happy with that, is he?
No,
He's just having it out there with Jorge Martin. Dropped one position. Simon Crafar on the ball. Jorge Martin and Marco Bezzecchi. Well, they don't need to cut the grass in that final corner, do they?
Yeah, this is a novel approach to turn 12. We've not seen this one before. Off-roading for Jorge Martin. It was effective, but at the end, the Ducati squad were given that 10th place back.
You've got to admire the cheek. Got to admire the cheek. Look what it means to Martin and Bezzecchi. They're in stitches. Look at them. They're loving it. That's Marco Bezzecchi was on the deck crashing out Lee in the sprint yesterday. I think that's been a nice bit of pain relief
that was better
as
than the sprint
far as Bez goes. So here you go then. This was the early leaders. Diogo Moreira was really rapid out the gates. Of course, we had a 1-2 initially for our two rookies. And then there was a brilliant fight back by Toprak Razgatlioglu and Jack Miller. They had some everything that the Yamaha doesn't have. Straight line speed, it seemed, in their tuk-tuk. And once they hit the lead, a comfortable lead on the changeover, and then once it was in the hands of Toprak, well, it was never really in any doubt, was it? 3.5 seconds eventually they took the checkered flag. Red Bull KTM Tech 3 by what, about a tuk-tuk and a half's length, getting the second place over the line, half a second. Well, yeah, they started that last corner on 3 wheels. They came out of it back on 2.
Well, they were already the great entertainers before the Tuk-Tuk Challenge even started. They brought the show and the wheelies on the warm-up lap. So the winners in terms of entertainment and the winners on the road, quite clearly, were Pramac.
And I think the winners were MotoGP fans here in Thailand, because you could hear from the grandstands just how much the fans enjoyed that different pre-race build-up, I think it's fair to say. They made it look easy, didn't they? Toprak Razgatlioglu's first MotoGP victory. Brilliant stuff, brilliant stuff. Yeah, some of the fans were taking it pretty seriously as well, weren't they? Marc Marquez fans roaring him on in the crowd. Very, very shortly, though, it is going to be our first Grand Prix day and a start of the serious business. Half an hour we are away from lights out for our first Moto3 battle of the season. Didn't see much of the Grazini duo in that Tuk-Tuk race, did we? Alex Marquez and Michele Pirro.
They finished down in 9th in the end.
Yeah, respectable, but I think we thought there might be a little bit more. Excellent performance there. A nice combination there of vast experience. Johan Zarco, 304 Grand Prix starts. His Tuk-Tuk debut, though, was a pretty impressive one. There's an A, Bastianini and Maverick Vinales. They're buzzing. 2nd place. Excellent work by the Red Bull K10 Tech 3. First podium for Gunther Steiner as CEO of the still French-based team, despite
successful on 4, 3 and 2 wheels as it goes.
Absolutely. And now fans entering the hero walk. We're going to go then down live to Jack Appleyard, I think he's ready to pick it up. Jack, awesome stuff.
Yeah, down here with eventual winner Jack Miller. Well, the form book said you were going to be the man to beat, and clearly you were. Did you have fun out there?
Yeah, no, the Tuk-Tuk was behaving well. You know, did what it needed to do. Had a fantastic teammate in Toprak, and we got the win, and we looked good doing so.
First points of the year. I was watching from your box, and I have to say, Gino's face was a picture. When you had it sideways, he was thinking, why on earth did we let these guys do this?
Yeah, but you see, it all ended well. We know what we're doing.
Only one pace, just about.
Just about. A few damaged Tuk-Tuks, but it's all good.
Good work, Jack.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Congratulations, your first win in MotoGP. How does that feel?
I'm very happy. You know, we are really enjoying, and also with Jack, you know, he's also crazy. We are really enjoying, and the beginning, before the start, we are talking about what do you think, is we make a wheelie or not, but finally we did. I think we have some pictures with the wheelie. That's incredible, you know. We are really the fun, yeah.
I didn't think it was possible, firstly, to wheelie a Tuk-Tuk, and then secondly, to have a Tuk-Tuk almost on its side. How did you manage that?
Also, the Jack also doing 2 wheels. We try everything, you know. We try the different always, but I think everyone enjoy, and also we are enjoying a lot.
Well, great job. First win in MotoGP, the first of many, I imagine.
Thank you. I hope you will see in the future with the bike, yeah.
Cheers, Toprak.
Thank you.
Yeah, down here with Maverick Vinales, 2nd place in our Tuk-Tuk challenge. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, we enjoyed. A bit dangerous, but it was okay.
In terms of the technique, how was it between you and Enea? Do you feel like you...
It was good. We did a good flag to flag, so we gained a lot of time.
How much fun was that? It looked like you guys were really enjoying it.
It's good, it's good. It was very fun, so we get a lot of joy in this little event.
And looking forward to the race later today, how are you feeling?
Yeah, we changed quite a lot the bike, trying to really understand what is going on. I have really lack of turning on the bike and grip, so we need to try and think. So that's the best way. We need to try to work on finding what we are missing.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Well, stick with me as well, because teammate Anea Bastianini is down here as well. Anea, congrats. Another MotoGP podium, second place.
Second place, yeah, this morning second place. This afternoon will be difficult.
Let's see. Did you enjoy that? I saw the smile.
It was the first time with the Tuk-Tuk, and I like a lot. I want one in my town.
Yeah, I can see you driving around Italy in a Tuk-Tuk.
Me too, I can imagine.
Hey, great job.
Thank you.
นี่นะคะก่อนโค้งสุดท้ายเกิดอะไรขึ้นเพราะว่าเราเห็นอเมริกาเนี่ยลงยาวไปเขาบอกไม่มีอะไรเป็นการแสดง
Down here with Jorge Martin. For some, I imagine, the star of the show. Jorge, I didn't know that Tuk-Tuks could go grass tracking. How did you turn it into a motocross bike?
Yeah, I don't know. I even jumped on that double. You know, I was stuck in second gear, so the Tuk-Tuk wasn't going. But I saw Ducati team with Marco, and we said we have to go for them. So I just tried to make a good line out of last corner, and yeah, it was photo finish, I think.
I have bad news for you though, that the stewards have looked at it, and for cutting the chicane, they asked you to drop one position.
No way. We were in front, so it's okay. We will celebrate.
How much did you enjoy that? It looked great fun.
Yeah, it was good. Some oil on my foot. The engine was exploding, but it was good fun.
Need to clean the tubes. Well done, Jorge.